Welcome to Om Times TV, a division of Om Times Media and Broadcasting. Welcome to Ascending with Venus Castleberg, a space where we explore the journey of spiritual awakening, expanding your consciousness and raising your frequency to create a whole new world. We'll dive into the possibilities that open up when you choose to follow the whispers and trust your inner knowing. Each episode is designed to guide you in expanding your awareness, tuning into your intuition, and discovering the magic of your life every day. We'll talk about living aligned with your soul's purpose, going beyond limitations, and creating a life and a world worth celebrating. You are here to embrace who you truly are and step into the infinite potential that's waiting for you. Let's ascend together. And now, here is your host, Venus Castleberg.
Hello, beautiful people. Before I forget, you can call in and ask questions. 202-570-7057, I believe. We'll put it in the comments. I get started and rambling and talking and whatever, and I completely forget to tell you, you can call me and ask questions. Let's say you're confronted by something in your life. You're having troubles with some of your spiritual awakening or something's going on. You can always call in and ask questions. I'm happy to facilitate. I'm happy to be an ear and listen. I'm here to serve you. So how can I serve you today? So coming into this conversation, hi Simon, welcome. The title for today is, now I completely forgot. Self-care. So you can get your questions. Yep, thank you, Christina. That's awesome. So you can get your questions answered live during this live stream by calling 202-570-7057. So just in case somebody wants to call in. And thank you, Christina. She had to remind me what my title is today, Self-Care on Your Spiritual Journey. Yes. Hi, Kimberly. Welcome. And this, I'll be honest, this was not an easy one for me. I guess somewhere along the line I bought that I had, lots of bells and whistles today. Okay, focus. Yes, and if we're having technology problems or technology issues, just so you know, Mercury is retrograde. So this is just Mercury likes to mess with technology. And what would it take for us all to just outcreate that? So, self-care. It took me a long time to get this. So I definitely had I'm supposed to sacrifice myself for others. I'm sure there's nobody else out there like that. Hi, Bob. Welcome. That it was better to give than to receive. Now, don't get me wrong. I personally have had an awareness for myself about being of service, and that is why I'm here. I'm here to serve, right? So, but the difference is we don't have to serve to the expense of ourselves. We don't have to give away all of our energy. Think about it this way. It's a lot easier to give with a full cup because you give with the overflow. You're contributing with this overflowing cup. instead of trying to fill up somebody else's tank with an empty fuel tank. So this, to me, is why self-care is so important on our spiritual journey. Our spiritual journey, we might be here. Your why, your purpose, your reason for being here, your reason for using your spiritual gifts may be to be of service, but it doesn't have to be at the expense of yourself. Think of it this way. The universe is infinite. You are an infinite being. So our resources, energy, time, like time isn't real, but like, are all of those things infinite? May not seem so on the whole time thing, but energy is infinite, contribution is infinite, the universe is infinite, right? And you're an infinite being. So if you don't buy that you're a finite being, then you always have that cup that's overflowing. But how do we contribute to people on our spiritual journey? How do we be of service? And here's a little trick. Think of it this way. So maybe you're somebody who thinks, I'm here to be of service to people. I'm going to ask you a crazy question. I'm sure some of you might say maybe not, but that's okay. Truth, are you a person? Are you people? So aren't we meant to also be of service to ourselves? Because you're also a person, right? And again, if you don't fill yourself up, it's a lot harder to fill up somebody else. And I personally have a list of 8 self-care things, and then there's other things that get thrown in there, sometimes at random times. Self-care is also a daily question. So how can I contribute to myself today? I learned from Gary Douglas, take an hour a day for yourself and 1 day a week just for you, just for fun. Now, that doesn't mean that, you don't work on those days or in that time if that's fun for you, but not from it's I have to or I should, right? So just reading the comments, everybody's saying hello to each other. Just want to make sure I wasn't missing anything. So I have a list of 8 things. If you have, actually, go ahead in the comments. I'd love to see what are some ways that you practice self-care for yourself. Yeah, Dana says she gave until there was nothing left. Yep. Awesome. That's great. So yeah, I'll be honest, we learn. That's how we learn. We choose something and then we figure out whether it works or not. If it doesn't work, then you can choose something different. But some of us learn the harder ways, right? We have to go through the struggle bus, go through the struggles, instead of learning just by choosing and then being like, oh yeah, that feels heavy, or that's not really working. But what are some ways that you practice self-care for yourself? Anybody want to chime in the comments and share? I'd love to hear. How do you take care of yourself? How do you nurture yourself? What do you do for yourself? What are some ways that you self-care? Meditation, prayers, kindness, staying positive, and blessing others, however possible, spreading love. Yeah. I love Simon's like, I cheat on my diet. That's great. That's awesome. Right. But yoga, meditation, awesome. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Dana, Simon. Nurturing yourself is going to be different for everybody. Kimberly has do nothing days. I love that. Yep. I definitely have those too. And then I would say for me, I've also noticed the opposite is true. Like I will have maybe a run of do nothing days. And I'm like, okay, to nurture myself today would actually be to be in motion, to actually move my body, to go do something, create something. Control my weight, riding bicycle, outdoor stuff. Same as Dana. Nice. Thank you for everyone for popping in on how you practice self-care. So I started that way because I wanted you to know that it's going to be different for everybody, right? I've been a yoga teacher in the past, so for a while there, yoga was a big part of my nurturing everyday self-care days, right? And now I'm finding I actually like lifting weights, which is very fascinating to me. So, but it's like it can morph and change, and it also is based on how you are. Kimberly said, "Do nothing days." There are going to be days that you wake up and you feel like an elephant sitting on your head. It's okay if you just stay in bed and rest, right? There'll be times when I like have this like this drive and I'm like in massive creation mode and I'm like really creating, and then I hit a wall. And then as I hit a wall, then I'm like, okay, so now what does my body require? What would be self-care to my body and my being now? Because it can also change. You might wake up with lots of energy in the beginning of your day, and then throughout the day get more and more tired. Then maybe you take a rest. Or I like to take baths. Baths are something that's really a contribution to me and my body, especially if I've spent a lot of time in front of a computer or I've spent a lot of time working. My body is like, okay, I'm done with the electronics for a little while. Can we go sit in a bathtub with Epsom salts? So it's going to be different for everyone. But I wanted to get on here because I really wanted to just emphasize how important it is. And like, somebody else had mentioned Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde, there's not necessarily something wrong, but Mercury retrograde can sometimes interfere with electronics and stuff. But Mercury retrograde, retro, RE, Mercury retrograde has to do with anything that has an RE in front of it. So it's a time to review. It's a time to reflect. It's a time to relax. It's a time to restore. So I always like to think of like this time might feel maybe electronics aren't really working that well or communication is kind of a little bit off, but how can you relax? How can you restore? How can you replenish? Maybe your energy is depleted because you've been giving, and you haven't been taking care of yourself and receiving, right? Or you haven't had that simultaneity of gifting and receiving that happens in nature. Like nature is always giving and receiving at the same time. But we can get out of balance, right? We can give too much. We can give away the farm. It's kind of like, and I'm not saying don't do this if you feel drawn to do this, but if you think about like, let's say you are somebody that at the moment doesn't have a lot of money for food or for shelter, then maybe you're not giving your money away to somebody else isn't the greatest idea, because like I get the generosity of spirit that is that you want to like make sure somebody else doesn't go hungry. But again, how much more is it a contribution to make sure that you're not going hungry? And then give with the overflow. And maybe it's something clean like that. But you could also, like, I don't know, maybe go buy some food and then share the food. Like, there's other means, right? And I'm not saying, again, not to give. This one year I did this. This was really a fun thing. So I have a pretty big extended family. My mom's one of 8 kids, but I'm an only child. So I didn't always have family around, so sometimes I'd have Thanksgiving dinners. Some of my friends that might be watching this remember some of my friends' Thanksgivings where we'd all come together and I'd cook this great meal for all my friends. Well, this one year I decided not to do that, but I still wanted to cook, I don't know, I still wanted to cook a big meal. And then I was just looking at it going, well, I'm not going to eat all this food. I had one friend who was living with me at the time. So what we did was we took the meal and we divided it up and put it on plates. And then we took plates out to the homeless to give them a Thanksgiving lunch or a Thanksgiving dinner. That was probably one of my most memorable Thanksgivings, but I was giving from the overflow. That's just a great example, right? I definitely had enough to eat myself. And I had lots of leftovers, so I gave the leftovers away. And yeah, what a cool experience that was, and how good it felt to be of service, but to be of service not from a depleted energy. Baths are excellent. I'm crazy about them too. Cool. I dance tango, free dance around the house, take hot baths, walk outside, body processes, yummy food. Awesome. Yeah, so there's lots of different ways that we can nurture ourselves. I meditate daily. I move my body daily. And I have 2 fur babies. I've never shared that with you guys. But you've probably seen Treasure multiple times because she's almost always in my lap when I'm on camera. And I have a dog. Her name is Faith, and she's such a sweet dog. So they're both really sweet animals. And what was I sharing that for? I don't remember. Something about nurturing. Oh, right. So I walk every day. Of course I walk. And yes, my cat wants to be walked as well, but she's walked in her basket. She has a backpack. Yes, fur babies are the best. I love them. But they I was walking my fur babies twice a day, but I also realized my body wanted more, right? So that's the other thing about self-care. It's the willingness to be in question, and how the questions and what's true for you one day to the next might be different. Some days I wake up and I need more rest, right? So it's okay to go back to sleep, right? Or water. So if you're feeling, I'm going to teach you one of my tricks. If you're feeling depressed or low energy, drink a ton of water. The water, not only are we 90% water, right? But it raises our frequency. Just drinking a lot of water raises our frequency. I always feel better. If I feel a little off if I drink a bunch of water. Meditation, I mentioned already. Movement, water. What are some other self-care things that I do? Like I said, if I've been sedentary too long, then movement, for me, being outside in nature is hugely nurturing. But on the trails in the mountains. And the other day I bought these cleats, these snow cleats for my shoes, and I was able to go hiking in the snow. That was probably one of my new favorite things to do, because I love the snow. Everything is white and magical. And then now I can hike in it and not slip. So That was pretty exciting. But again, that was something that I had never done before. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to try it, see how it goes. And it worked great. And they're just like rubber cleats that you put over your shoes. Pretty easy. But asking like, okay, body, how would you like to move today? What would be self-care for me today? What would be nurturing for me today? Yep, Christina does water cocktails. I like that. That's awesome. Cats teach us a lot about self-care and self-respect. Yep. And I don't know if you know this about cats, but the purring is like puts off the same energy that you receive when you hold a baby. So like babies have that like calming, nurturing energy that comes off of babies. And the same thing happens when a cat purrs. Isn't that cool? I didn't know that, but I could tell that I always just relaxed even more when my cat was in my lap purring. So self-care. And then this is a new one that I've started to practice. And it's whatever's going on, right? Whatever's happening. Could be work, could be walking for babies, it could be a bath, it could be just relaxing, whatever it is, but just enjoy it. There's so much, and I love that Kimberly brought up the do nothing days, because how many times do we judge ourselves when we have a do nothing day? And we're like, oh, it's do nothing day, and I feel guilty, like I should somehow be doing something else. That was treasure, by the way. Instead of just being like, no, I don't have the energy today. So this is something I've learned, and it took me a long time to get this too, because I definitely had the I feel guilty if I don't do anything and blah, blah. But if I allow myself without judgment to just enjoy not having energy, maybe things feel heavy or wonky, or maybe things are just not moving. Like you ever start working on something and it's like, oh man, I feel like I'm hitting a wall right now, right? So it's not flowing. What I noticed is that if I trust that energy and I don't do that thing, whatever that thing is that I plan to do or thought I should be doing or whatever, and I just relax and I go do something else, that when I get around to doing that thing, it happens super fast. It's super easy. It flows with such great ease. So the same is true with like appointments. Sometimes I'll have appointments in the books and I'll be like, it just feels heavy, or it just feels like moving through mud. And I'm like, can we reschedule? And almost every time I ask to reschedule, they're like, oh, that works out better for me anyway. Or when I do actually talk to them, like the energy is popping and that like we're having fun and we're enjoying each other's company, and like all those things that happen when you trust that energy. So self-care is also that trust in whatever energy is whatever energy is what would contribute the greatest. You can even ask questions like that. You could ask, what if I was choosing one today, what would I choose? What would be fun for me today? What would be the best self-care I could do for myself today? Right? So, but it's that willingness to ask the questions. And then I'm going to say there's a little bit of a caveat here. You also have to be willing to trust and follow the whispers, follow the information. So if you get the whisper, like, hey, maybe go try a new coffee shop or something that you haven't done before, and it doesn't make sense in your brain, it's not your brain that's guiding you. It's your intuition. It's your knowing. It's that universal pull, right? And then the more that you follow those whispers and you trust the energy that's showing up, the stronger that self-care, that nurturing energy will be for you, because you'll be listening and then practicing, and then you'll hear it more and more. So like I said, I think I shared this once before, but for those of you I didn't hear it before, I had planned to go for a hike one day, and I got in my car, and I love hiking, right? And hiking is almost always such a nurturing self-care thing that I can do for myself. It's a huge contribution. But this one day, I get in my car and I'm driving, and I get about half a block from my house, and I start to feel contraction, and I start to feel heaviness. And I'm like, that's interesting. I get about 2 blocks from my house, and I get heavier and more contracted. And like, I literally felt like, there was somebody was standing on me. And I just was like, I'm going to trust this. This doesn't make sense to me, but I'm going to turn around. And I went home, and I felt lighter when I got home. And I was like, okay, I don't know what that was. But the truth is, those whispers often, like, who knows, if I had kept pushing forward, maybe I would have gotten in a car accident, or I don't know, might have fallen, hiking, or like, who knows what that is. But that willingness to trust it and follow it is what also creates greater ease. And then the more that you follow those whispers, the louder those whispers will get, the more clear you'll know. You'll just be like, and so now I do have days where I'm like, I'm working, and then suddenly I'm like, okay, I think I've created enough, because I can feel my contraction and heaviness. And then when that contraction and heaviness shows up, then I'm like, okay, what would my body like me to do right now? What would be a contribution to myself? What would be self-care, right? We spend a lot of time nowadays in front of our computers, especially more so. For me, I noticed more so since COVID, just because, we all started working online more. But then as somebody who's always done massage and moved my body, I noticed how much my body was lacking movement. So I had to put in movement in other ways. So it changes, life changes, but these are just some things that I've noticed, that truly, if we desire to be of service to others, we have to be of service to ourselves and take good care of ourselves. So thank you for listening. I hope that was a contribution to everyone. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll come back and do a meditation on self-care and nurturing. Look forward to seeing you on the other side.
Times TV. Imagine becoming a super influencer. Reinvent yourself, invest in your brand, and then manifest your success with a robust spheric approach. Times Media and Broadcasting offers a unique and multifaceted way to become the spiritual and conscious influencer you deserve to be by putting your message across our powerful platform with its proven record of integrity and excellence. Through our produced shows, Times offers the opportunity to become a social media TV personality, a radio show host, an Times magazine columnist, and a syndicated podcaster, all in one shot. By live streaming your show on Times TV and broadcasting it across the extensive Times radio and TV networks, you become more than a host. You become an ambassador and a force for positive change. Times. Open yourself to the possibilities.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome forward, everyone. So grateful for you guys. Awesome. So yeah, self-care, nurturing, ask a question, see what your body desires. Your body will tell you. Your body is a brilliant tool. And if we just asked it how it would like to move every day or what we can contribute to it, it would tell us. What would it like to eat? So just one of the ways that we can nurture ourselves. Practice self-care. There's lots of them. All right, so for those of you joining, maybe you're joining a little late today, we're going to do a guided meditation visualization on self-care and nurturing. So finding a comfortable seat. Like I always say, if you're driving, don't close your eyes. If you're not driving, you can close your eyes. And breathe in and breathe out. And breathe in and exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And relax. Feel the body relax. We're going to practice relaxing, replenishing, restoring. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And just allow your shoulder blades to relax down your back. The spine is straight, whether you're sitting up tall or laying flat. Breathe in, exhale out. And just become aware of the channel of energy that flows through the center of your body, connecting all of your chakras. And that energy and light connects you with the heavens and with the earth. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And relax. Relax your mind. Relax your body. Letting go of the shoulds and the have-tos and the guilt and the shame. And just relax. Allow yourself to use this time right now to replenish, to renew, to relax, to fill you up. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. And And allow yourself to just let all of the noises inside and outside of your room to help you relax even further. Taking this time of self-care and nourishment and replenishment for you. Allowing this time to be a time where you get to fill up your tanks so that your tanks overflow and you can contribute to others with that if you like to. But for now, be of service to yourself, to your body, to your being. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Relax every cell, every fiber of your being, from the tip of your head and the crown of your head to the tips of your fingers and the tips of your toes. Just relax. And just allow yourself to become aware of this golden energy light that is in the core of Mother Earth. Breathe in. Exhale out. Breathe in. Exhale out. And you're going to draw this energy, this light up from the core of the earth and draw it into your earth chakra. There's a chakra that exists just below your feet, about 6 to 12 inches into the earth. And then we're going to draw that same golden light up through the earth chakra, up into the root chakra, which is at the base of the spine. And then feeling that golden light come up through the earth chakra, the root chakra, and allow it to now enter into your second chakra, just below the navel. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Seeing that golden light energy coming up from the earth through the earth chakra, your root chakra, your second chakra, and now drawing that energy into your solar plexus chakra. Pulling that energy in through your earth chakra, root chakra, second chakra just below the navel, solar plexus chakra, and now allowing that energy to be drawn into your heart chakra. Breathe in, exhale out. Every breath you take, drawing that energy up, and exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Perceiving the energy or seeing the energy, feeling the energy from the earth to your earth chakra, your solar plexus, or your root chakra, your second chakra, your third chakra, your heart, your fourth chakra, and now up into your throat chakra. Following that channel of energy, coming up all of your chakras throughout your body, and drawing that energy now into your third eye chakra. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Feel that energy being drawn up through all your chakras, now drawing it into your crown chakra. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Perceiving that energy coming from the earth through your earth chakra, your root chakra, your second chakra, your solar plexus chakra, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, and drawing that energy all the way up to your soul star chakra that is about 12 to 18 inches above your head. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Just really becoming aware of this energy that is free flowing from the earth through you, through all your chakras. And now see how this energy goes through your soul star chakra. And this energy is now overflowing and filling you up, filling up your body with this energy, filling up your being with this energy. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Really just becoming aware of this energy, this light filling you up and overflowing, and allowing the overflow to go to wherever it's needed most. Perhaps you'd like to give the overflow to the earth, give it back to the earth. Or maybe there's somebody in your life that's struggling right now. Just allowing this overflow of energy to go to those people. Let yourself feel replenished, feel renewed, feel as if you have reservoirs of energy, of resources, of time. Sometimes the greatest gift you can give somebody is just your time. Breathe in, exhale out. And allow yourself to just relax even further. Breathe in, exhale out. Breathe in, exhale out. Now just imagine yourself in one of the most nurturing places for you on this planet. We can practice self-care sometimes in the mind's eye. So maybe you can imagine yourself walking barefoot in the grass or barefoot on the beach. Feeling the sand between your toes and the water that rushes up on the beach is warm and inviting. Breathe in, exhale out. Just allowing yourself to enjoy it. Enjoy this moment of relaxation. Enjoy this moment of replenishment and nourishment. Breathe in, exhale out. Just observe the sights, the smells, the temperature in the air, all things that nourish you, that fill you up somehow. Noticing the beauty around you, and maybe the birds sing, or you hear crickets. Breathe in, exhale out. And relax. Maybe you can feel the wind on your skin, a breeze in your hair. Maybe you smell the sea air. Have you ever noticed how your senses, when you're enjoying nature, are so nurturing and fulfilling? I love the smell of pine in the forest, or the smell of the sea air on the shore. Breathe in, exhale out. And where you are, you see a being walking up the beach to you. And this being is one of your spirit guides. And they have a gift or a message for you about self-care and your spiritual journey. Something that they would like you to know that will contribute to you, to your body. Maybe it's something you already know, or something that's new to you. But you thank them for this message, this whisper. And maybe you tell them that you will heed their advice. But thank them anyway, for contributing to you, reminding you of ways that you can take better care of yourself And then breathe in, exhale, breathe in, exhale. Maybe feel your fingers and your toes. Slowly opening your eyes, coming to the present moment. I hope that nurtured you and filled you up. I am so grateful for each and every one of you, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Have a wonderful day.